Hey guys, what's up? It's me. So I'm not here today, but I thought that I would give you a little video to help you out with what you're doing in class today. So this is getting posted on Google Classroom, so definitely check it out. I'll also put a link to YouTube, and it'll be in Canvas under modules. If you, for some reason, can't access it, I'm putting it everywhere. All right, but definitely watch this video. So let's get started. This is what you guys are going to be working on. You should have already done your introduction, but I'm sure that some of you might have had a hard time with it. We are going to get to go over it a little bit more tomorrow, but I do want you to continue working. So, oops, sorry. All right, so just to review the introduction, okay, you guys already know that every time you write an essay, you need to have an attention grabber. I know a lot of you like to use questions as your attention grabber, but because this is a research paper, you need to be a little more formal. So I give you some examples of an attention grabber. So you could use a statistic, which is something that you pulled out of your research. You could give some kind of percentage, whatever you think works best. You could also create a dialogue or an anecdote. But if you pull out a fact or a statistic and you pull it straight out of one of your articles, you need to make sure that you put the citation in here. So you would put the fact in here like, it is said that 30% of all teens, blah, 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 whatever the rest of it is. Okay, now if I'm pulling it exactly out of an article, I need to make sure that I put quotation marks around it. Anytime you use a direct quote, you need to make sure that you use quotation marks around it, okay? So say I finished copying the quote, I would go here and I would put my citation. Now, hopefully you guys remember that your citation should have the last name of the author. Normally we do last name and page. The only time you're going to use page number is when you're using your ebook. Everything else has no pages, okay? So if you're doing your website, it has no pages. If you're doing one of the articles from like SIRS, there's no pages. The only thing that has pages is the ebook. So when you use the ebook, you're going to put the last name, like whether it's Furlang or whether it's Mosner, and then you're going to put the page number after, okay? So I'm just going to use Mosner because her last name is faster, and say it was page 5, okay? So that's if I used my ebook, I would put it in there. If I just use an article, say my article was from SIRS Overview, I would have put SIRS, I'm sorry, it was ProQuest, right? ProQuest staff, because that would be my author in that one. So you decide which one you're putting in there if you're using a fact or a direct quote. If you're not, then don't worry about putting any citation. Now your background information, we talked about this again, okay? You want to make sure that you discuss both sides of the debate and that you want to mention that it's a controversial issue. So where did you already do this? You should have already done this in your topic summary that you submitted for rubric number 1, right? So if you did that, you should probably just copy paste that summary and boom, paste it in there, okay? If you want to add a couple more sentences, you can go to your SIRS overview, topic overview article, or your SIRS at issue article. On your claim charts, you wrote a summary. That summary kind of talked about both sides also. So you could put stuff right from there. And you can actually copy paste it because those are your own words that you're using for this research paper. So it is not considered plagiarizing because they're your words for this paper, okay? So again, if for some crazy reason in your background information, you pull out a fact that comes straight out of one of the articles word for word, then you want to make sure that you cite it and you would put it right in here, just like last time. You know, you would put Wagner, I don't know, I'm just making that up, Wagner, and then parentheses, okay? So that's only if you do a citation. Now, we also talked a little bit about your thesis, okay? Your thesis needs to be the topic. So period 2, you're going to make sure that you write privacy for teenagers. That's your topic. And period 9, you're going to make sure that you write digital media. Then you're going to state what side you're on. So period 2, teenagers deserve more privacy or they don't. Period 9, digital media has made or has not made this generation smarter. And then you're going to give 3 reasons why. All of you gave 3 reasons, okay? Right? The screenshots are up on modules. So make sure that you take a look at those because you did them the other day, all right? And that should be the end of your thesis. Today, like I said, you should be moving on to body number 1. Body number 1 is going to have one of your first reasons from your thesis. Now, here's the way this is going to work. You have 3 reasons that you should have stated in your thesis that support what side you're on. You want to pick the second strongest one. Not the strongest one, but maybe the second strongest one, okay? See if you can figure out which one that is. You're going to start off with a transition word. You could start off with to begin with, to start off, in the first place, okay? What else could be another one? To better explain, so you have a few. You guys have a transition list somewhere in your English folder. You can also Google them if you need to, okay? So you start off with your transition word, and like every Schaefer paragraph we've written, you need to have a topic sentence. So you're going to say your transition word, then what side of the argument you're on, and the reason for being on that side. So period 2, you would say, to begin with, teen privacy should be, or teens should be given the same amount of privacy as adults because blah, 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 whatever your reason is. Period 9, you're going to be writing, to start off with, digital media is not making this generation smarter because blah, blah, blah. One reason, just one reason. Then you're going to move on, like Schaefer model paragraph, to your first concrete detail. That's going to be one of your quotes, okay? You have those quotes in your claim charts, so look back at your claim charts. That's why we did them, all right? See if you have a good quote from there. If you're really stuck, then just go back to your articles, okay? You're going to give us the citation for that. You must have a citation for this because you are taking a quote from one of the articles, all right? Or from one of the websites, the website, or from the ebook, okay? Then commentary. You need to talk about how this or what this quote means, how it relates to your topic. And then your second sentence needs to be, again, you elaborating on this. You could even write 3 sentences if you felt like you really needed to. However, do not give your opinion. So at no point should I see you writing, I believe, I think, I suppose. No, okay? You're just explaining what that quote means and elaborating, expand, okay? Then after you're done with that, you're going to do your last sentence, which is your concluding sentence, okay? You're only giving one concrete detail in this paragraph. It should not be too intense. You need to start off with a transition word that is wrapping up the paragraph, okay? To reiterate, to explain, as mentioned above, in the end. And then you need to lead into your other paragraph. Your next paragraph, just so you guys know, is going to be a counterclaim. That means it's going to be the other side of the argument. So a good concluding sentence could be, in the end, teen privacy should really be given to teens, or I'm not saying that right. Privacy should really be given to teens just like adults because they are mature enough. However, there is another side that does not agree. There you go. Or period 9, you could say, as mentioned, digital media is not making this generation smarter because teens are too dependent on the internet. However, there is another side that believes otherwise. Period. Boom. Now you're telling the reader that you're about to introduce the other side, so we're not left hanging. You should be able to complete that today during class. If you do not, then you continue it for homework. Tomorrow, we're going to double check your introduction and your body number 1. Everything should be completed for tomorrow.